Hello and welcome back to Snip's Adventure. On this adventure, we are going to be making my Supergirl cosplay. So it is going to be based off the Woman of Tomorrow outfit because one, Supergirl's coming out soon, and two, do you see this? Do you see this outfit? It's stunning. Like, I read this book and I absolutely loved it. It was so freaking good. But just this cover and like this outfit, like, I don't know, it just made me like be like, I love that freaking outfit. And I actually really enjoyed this. But like, Batman's my favorite superhero. I love Batgirl, but like, I rather do a Supergirl cosplay specifically of this outfit over any other superhero. So that is what we're gonna be doing. My style of cosplay is, you could see from my Ahsoka and Rey, I'll post some pictures of it now. I buy stuff and then I change it to kind of make it look like the outfit because I do not know how to use a sewing machine. I can hand sew, but it is very janky. It's not professional in the slightest. I want to learn how to sew really bad, but I do the best of my abilities. Like my Ahsoka cosplay, for example, was a turtleneck long sleeve dress, and then I cut it apart and I sewed everything else together. But that's kind of my vibe of how I do it. So first up is the main attraction, of course. I go to Six Flags Great Adventure, and they had the capes, and I get season pass discount. So this is like to make, like, this is just way easier to buy than to make it, and it's very beautiful. Like, it's great quality. So this is gonna be my cape, and I will be sewing this in to my shirt, so I don't have to worry about like the annoying head like neck, and it looks more like this where it's like on her shoulders. And then the boots were the second part where I was really concerned. So I'm going to be wearing my red sneakers. I have red Vans, and then my mom was like, use thigh-high stockings. I'm gonna get that off, and these are gonna be my boots, and we're gonna put the yellow around it, of course. For skirt, I wanted a skater skirt, that because like that's kind of the vibe of it. So I was able to find this one on Amazon. So I got a red skater skirt, and it has pockets, so I think that's really important for a con to have pockets. And then in terms of where I'm getting the yellow for the belt that's gonna go with the skirt and on the stockings, I have this fabric, so this is the I'm making the most of. It is stretchy. I don't know if the gold is gonna come out as shimmery on camera, but in person, trust, it's a beautiful gold. Very happy with this find from the fabric store. And then also from Six Flags, they had this Superman cape, and I am going to cut it out and sew it. I think this is gonna be the most difficult part because I do not know how to go about doing that because the shirt is stretchy and this is not. So I think I'm gonna have to sew it while it's on me. So that is gonna be the most difficult part of this. And finally is just a blue bodysuit from Amazon. I thought it looked good. And yeah, so that, like, all together, this already looks amazing. But now we just have to Supergirlify it. I think right now we're gonna start with the belt because the nice part about the belt is the back does not matter because it's getting covered by the cape. So I think we're gonna start with the belt now. So let's get this adventure started. Okay, so as you can see, the skirt kind of has like a pointed in. So I'm thinking of doing 4 inches of the fabric. And then once it's good, if I like that length, because I got way more than I'm gonna need, I am going to then cut it in because I think 4 would be good enough because I don't want it to be as dramatic as this. I think this is a little too much for me. So I think we're gonna try 4 inches, 4.5 maybe. I think that would be good. Biggest recommendation, get yourself a fabric scissor. For Snips & Co, I use my string, so I have fabric scissors on me. So yeah, that's good. Definitely recommend that. And I even have like a measuring board I'm probably gonna take out so I could start snipping away. So here is the setup we have. As I said, I'm not professional at this. I'm just gonna hope to do it even across. Not the most even I could have been, so I'm probably gonna cut it like this now that I have it flat over ever since I cut that, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so far I have this. I think it actually looks really good. I'm really excited. If you need more proof of how disorganized and not professional sewer I am, I just got the sewing supplies. So shout out to my mom's closet. I have all different string, and there's even this like butter yellow one to do the yellow, which is nice, so like the black doesn't sound, but I feel like the white would show up too. And then I got safety pins because I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. So it's in half right now. I'm gonna safety pin it down, so when I cut the diagonal, it's equal on both sides. That's plan right now. I still don't know how I'm doing the back. Honestly, so far, smooth sailing. I can't complain. I hope it comes out good. But I literally have so much freaking gold fabric left. And all I have to do left is legs, and that's less than the skirt. So if I make a boo-boo, we're fine. So let's get this going. All right, everything is pinned up now, and I'm thinking of cutting like that and then straight back. And I hope it comes out good. I'm so nervous, but yeah. Just put it in every so few inches. I think I'm gonna hate it. I do not think I did the V big enough, but we'll see, because I said I didn't want it to be that dramatic. So maybe it does look good this way, but I don't think I did like enough. I hate it. OMG, it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. I'm probably gonna have to start over. Verdict, I think it's too pointy, so I am going to redo it, but I am going to test the back of this to see if this is stretchy enough to just sew the back and not have to do like a button or Velcro. So I'm gonna try that out now. I have my string and my needle, so yep. Alrighty, I am sewing now. I cannot tell you what type of stitch I am using. We're just going in a line. It's worked for me in the past. And yeah, and this is just my mock-up at this point. I do not believe I'm going to be using it, but I mean, if the back turns out good and the other one turns out bad, this one's not terrible. It's not a bad backup, but that's why you always buy more fabric, especially if it's not too expensive. Like I got this when it was like 30 or 40% off, so always buy extra fabric if you can. We are done sewing. Here is one side and here is the other. Not too bad. We'll see if it works. To report, the sewing actually worked, and it worked quite nice. I just need to sew it tighter. But that is a great first step, guys. This is looking good. Now I know what I'm doing at the back. And yeah, because the gold is stretchy enough for me to just put it on, put it off. But yeah. Alrighty guys, now time for round 2. We're gonna do about 5 inches again and just redo the product and hopefully get a better point this time. Guys, I cut this so straight. Look, there's barely like, yo, that was a good eyeball 5 inches. Alrighty, round 2. We got our stapy pins in, and I think this time I'm going to go like that, so it is less dramatic, because last time I kind of went straight up and then around. So I think we're gonna try to go point and then like here, hopefully go straight. Let's keep that in mind. All right, everyone, it is the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's a lot better than the last one. Still not great, but I think it's a lot less pointed. I think this is good. So my lovely coat just pinned it on me, so I'm going to sew down here and we'll see how it turns out. But guys, it's looking freaking amazing. All right, we have finished sewing and this looks pretty good to me. I'm going to try it on and make sure it fits, but yeah, here's like the front and there's the back. Here is the final product for the skirt. That is not the skirt, the belt, and this is the back. So it is a little snug on the top, but I'm just gonna safety pin it when it's on. Next up, I will be taking the bows off, so it is fairly easy. There's just some thread here, and I'm going to take a fabric scissor. You can do a normal scissor, but fabric scissors are just so much nicer. You're just gonna snip it off. Be careful you don't cut anything else. It is basically the same way that people take off the bows of like Minnie Mouse ears. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. You're set. So now I have to figure out how to do the gold on these, but as I said, the gold is stretchy. So that is going to make my life 10 times easier. So basically, I'm just trying to make those, but less pointy, same as the belt. That's just too much for me to do. We are back at the cutting board, and this time we are going to cut 3 inches for the stocking. I have no clue what I'm doing. I sewed out like a part that goes around, and then I'm safety pinning it. I'm gonna try it on, see if I like it. I don't know how to do this. I am confused. I think I have figured it out. Okay, so I think I'm going to sew one side here and then wrap this around and sew this right next to it and then cut while it's on, because I think the only part I'm going to sew is in the back. The only problem with this is I have no redo-overs because these are my only pair and I am sewing direct. But I do think this is going to work. And I'm actually so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You don't understand. Like, even before I got all the parts in, I was like, this has potential to be great. And I think it is going to be great. I'm so excited. Like, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It looks so freaking good. We finished sewing. I has about like that much extra. I think I'm gonna cut them when they're on. I really hope this turned out good. I honestly had no clue what I was doing. And like, yeah, that's gonna show, but I think that shows like the handmade quality of like a cosplay, which I always love. And if I had knew how to use a sewing machine, this would have been a lot quicker. So I kind of forgot that you're not gonna see the back of my stocking, so I could have made this longer, and I'm kind of upset I didn't. And I tried to do the point and I hated it, so now it is no longer straight, but I don't think you can really realize when it's on. And this looks fine, so I'm gonna keep that, but I hated the point on the bottom, so now we're deviating a little bit from the costume, but it's fine. Yay! I'm not done for tonight. I'm so excited. I'm gonna cut this out and see how to do this, and then probably finish it off tomorrow. All right, I think we are going to pin it on. All right, putting it away for now. Gotta go eat dinner, and so we'll finish it tomorrow. Bye. Surprise, guys, I lied. I tend to hyper focus when I make a cosplay, so it's still Friday night. So I changed my thing. I had this t-shirt board because I don't know, you could tell I'm a craft girl. I'm gonna measure here to make sure it's even, and I just really hope this turns out good. I'm a little nervous, but we got this. I'm officially Supergirl. Now I pinned it in. I'm gonna take off the shirt. I really hope the sewing goes good. This is like the whole thing that I'm the most scared about. Okay, I probably could finish this tonight. I was not expecting to do all this in one day, but I was just too excited. I'm watching the Fellas Simon charity match video, and I am sewing like this. I'm going along the top. I'm petrified of how this is going to turn out, but it's going to turn out good. I know it will. All right, so I tried it on. It's still flappy, but it's looking good. It's looking good so far, so that's a good sign. Update, it's almost all on except like this right here, and then I'm gonna try it on and see if I need to do any sewing in like these areas. But guys, it's looking great. It's actually really secure, so I'm happy about that. Hey guys, I can confirm that this was amazing and that I did a good job, and this is like the coolest I've ever felt, and this is definitely my best cosplay ever. And now all I have to do tomorrow is take this and sew it here so I don't get choked. Hello friends, it is now Saturday afternoon, and I just got this from the Hobby Lobby. So it's Velcro because I don't think I want to sew it on, because then the shirt is always going to have the cape attached to it. So I'm going to sew the Velcro onto the cape and the shirt, because that way I could take it on and off easily. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to try on the shirt and the cape, pin it where I want it, and then that's the plan. So I just pinned it down where I like on both sides. I'm going to sew it down so there's no like fraying, then cut this off, and then I think I'm going to do like the prickly side on this. Alrighty, update. This is sewn together on both sides. I cut off the extra, and then I just cut off the pieces of Velcro, both sides of it. And now we're gonna stitch it on, and then we will be complete. Update, finished my tea. All I have left is like the top and the side of this. We're gonna go eat now. We're getting Chili's, 3 for me on top. This was definitely the hardest part. It's taking a long time because this is really thick and hard to get through, so my fingers hurt. But yeah, I think the shoulders up here should be easier. But yeah, so we got these two. Now I am doing the shoulders. I kind of did it in between the seam and I'm just stitching it across now. We are officially done. It is now time to try everything on and we'll see how it goes. And here we are. Here is the final product. Here are the shoulders. Here's the back. I'll like block. I love it. I think this is the best thing I've ever made, and I hope that this cosplay can teach people that it's not scary to have to cosplay. Like, you can honestly do it like pretty easily. And I'll be wearing this to Garden State Comic Fest at the end of June, where I'll be exhibiting for Snips & Co. So you could come meet me and buy my artwork if you want. Come support me. I'll probably also wear it to Fan Expo Boston, where I'll also have a booth, and probably even at New York Comic Con, which I won't have a booth, but I'll just be there because this is too good not to wear other places. I hope you enjoyed the process of me making it. I literally love it so much. I cannot believe how good this turned out, and I cannot wait for the Supergirl movie in June, and yeah, this is like the coolest thing ever. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.